Hi there, Andy Ron with Montana Land Source with this week's video summary of the Montana Land Report for June 16th, 2021. We have a lot to talk about in this week's land report. If you remember last week, we had a record number of property updates, a tremendous amount of activity in the market, and we're seeing this week a continuing trend of an increased number of new listings on the market. Catching up with demand. Nonetheless, this week there are still more properties going under contract and selling than new properties entering the market, which is a pattern we've seen virtually all of 2021. But this week it's close. So there's a total of 39 property updates this week. 2 properties back on the market, 14 new listings. That's the most new listings we've seen in quite a while. 10 pending sales, 3 price changes, 1 revised listing, and 9 sales. So like I just said, we're starting to see supply catch up with demand. We'll see how this plays out throughout the summer with just extremely high demand in the Montana land market. In other news, unfortunately, wildfire season has started in Montana. We've got some major fires. A fire on the edge of Red Lodge, Montana blew up to 21,000 acres. Last night we were over 100 degrees here in Billings yesterday, which is quite remarkable for June. There's another major fire in the Townsend area. There's a fire on the Crow Reservation. So we're heading into drought conditions in most of Montana going into summer of 2021. So it's looking like it might be a really bad fire year. The Montana Land Source map app has fire layers available. A point layer that shows points for every fire with some information in a pop-up, and there's also a perimeter layer. Those perimeters, when fires are mapped and when that's available, we don't do that mapping. We just serve that data on our map app along with all the pending and active listing and sales data and whatnot. So you can go to the map app and get some information on fires and where their location is in proximity to listings and sales and whatnot in the market. In other news, next week there's quite a bit of activity and opportunities for continuing ed and education. The Wyoming chapter of the Realtors Land Institute is having some ranch tours on the 23rd and 24th of June, and I believe continuing education credit is available for realtors and possibly appraisers on that. The Ag Lenders Range School is happening 3 days next week, the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. I believe continuing education is only available for appraisers, but that's a great event that I participate in every year. Just a great opportunity to get out and network with other appraisers and lenders and learn about range. And then finally, there is an all-day class in Bozeman on Wednesday the 23rd, buying and selling recreational and luxury properties in Montana. That seems to be a timely topic given the market we're in. And the outfit that puts that on, the seminar group, does a great job, very in-depth education. And there's lots of continuing education credit available for multiple different industries there. I'm sure real estate sales and appraisal at least. And then finally, we've got some new episodes of the Ranch Investor podcast out and available, really interesting content. We have a episode on tokenized ranch investing. You might have heard of tokenization in relation to other things like fine art and various things. So it's very interesting talking to Sean Puckett out of Helena about the potential for that to be a vehicle for land investment. Really cutting edge stuff. And then also we have a podcast with Chris Mayhews, who I grew up with here in Billings, on carbon markets. That's been a real hot topic in land investment as of late. I get lots of calls as an appraiser asking about carbon markets and carbon offsets, and he gives us some detailed information on that as it relates to regenerative agriculture. So that is the report for this week. Lots of news and information. Please check out mtlandsource.com for more. For events, for news, for information on the market. The Montana Land Report is free. It just takes a free subscription, and that report goes out every week on Wednesday and shows all the recent activity in Montana, all the new listings, all the new sales, all the new pending sales, all the news, etc. You can also find us on Facebook and LinkedIn. Thank you, everybody. Have a safe week, and we will see you next week.